Hi guys, and welcome back to the Starting Monday podcast. He started this. We are your hosts, Matthew Percival, and I'm here with the lovely Barry Stephen. Go press it again.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, nice.
We're getting
One intro.
1 2 1 2. What we're speaking about today, Matthew?
It's a bit of everything. We're going to chat about our current training regimes, aren't we? And a couple apps that we use. I think you use more apps than I do, don't you? You're the app guy.
I'm not the app guy.
He's currently keeping the intro on. We're just going to have the intro for the whole.
I'm trying to slide it down slowly, smooth.
Nice. Professional.
Really smooth. Really
We're going to start off with our usual questions. Barry hates my question, but I'm going to ask him it anyway. But we'll start with Barry's question.
Well, my question is just a simple one, Matthew. Nice and easy, bit boring. What is your favourite tipple?
My favourite tipple is to be fair, there's a few, but I would say one that I love is a pina colada. And I ordered one in Berlin, and my mate, who we got another topic, I'm a best man for his wedding. I ordered his pina colada, and he was like, "Oh, what's a pina colada? I never had one before." And now this guy,
pina colada, right?
This guy will order.
Is that coconut?
Yeah, and stuff in it.
Okay,
it tastes good.
You don't even know what it is.
No, but it tastes good. And since pina colada, since I ordered this one pina colada and he had a sip of it, he's ordered pina coladas. Pina coladas.
They turn into colabas, do they?
Colabas. Pina coladas everywhere we go, every holiday, every place we go. Pina colada, please. Loves them. They're so good.
I'm not going on a night out with you.
But no, I like a gin and tonic or any gin-based cocktail. Is tip top.
Okay.
What's your go-to beer?
It depends on the day.
Fair. Hot day.
Depends where you are. It depends if you're drinking outside and it's a hot summer's day.
What are you going to go for?
Well, I'll probably start with a nice chilled lager.
Yeah.
You know?
Not like an IPA lager?
No. Not into the IPAs too much, me.
No, okay.
More your standard pint of Tennent's.
To be fair, I like a pint of Tennent's cold from draft.
Lager over like an IPA or some sort of stout or ale or anything like that.
And then what if it's a cold day? You're drinking inside. What are you gonna have?
You sort of need something to warm me up, then, don't I? No, I like my gins. I like my gins as well.
Hot chocolate.
Gins. I do like gins.
Yeah, you do like gin as well, don't you?
But wine, bad one for the calories.
I stopped because the thing is with a bottle of wine, when you open it, you've got to finish it. What's a bottle of gin? You can have a gin and go, put that to the side. I'll have another one.
You don't have to finish the bottle of gin, do you?
No, wine, you're like, well, you do. But a bottle of wine, you're like, it's got to be drunk at some point, isn't it?
Wine's better with food, I think.
What's your favourite wine?
Favourite actual wine, like brand and stuff?
Yeah.
Or just red, white, rosé, whatever?
Brand.
Or
type. Mine's an Argentinian Malbec. Heavy-bodied.
Quite powerful though, yeah. But
it's nice. Got a lot of flavour to it.
Yeah, I don't mind. Maybe a little Merlot, something like that.
Ooh, nice.
Red wine.
My question to you, Barry, is so good. Guys, you're going to love this, and you're going to love his answer, because either way, he loses. So, Barry, would you rather walk backwards for the rest of your life or only crawl places? I hate that you did that. He was leaning forward on this thing to press that stupid button.
So you've given me two options. I can crawl.
Or
walk backwards.
Or walk backwards.
Two interesting propositions.
Either way, you lose. Crossing the road, walking backwards is going to be a nightmare.
Do you know what? Very stupid question, but I bet that it's good because people at home will be thinking, what would I do? Would I walk backwards? Would I crawl?
They're not thinking that. No one's thinking that. You're not even thinking it, and I've asked you the question.
I'm going for walk backwards.
I'd walk backwards as well. Imagine crawling places. You'd have to get like knee pads. Like, wouldn't you? Oh, I'm going to go to the shops, get my knee pads on.
Unless you're extremely good at like bear crawls, where you just never fatigued and you just kept.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. You'd be like a goat or like a sheep.
An exercise Matthew's never done as well.
I love a bear crawl. You can ask people to, like my old boot camps, bear crawls were a standard staple.
Do you ever give out exercises to your clients that you can't,
all the time,
that you can't do yourself or haven't done?
Oh, right.
Yourself?
No, that I can do myself. I have in the past, to be fair.
What?
Oh God, good question. I wasn't very good at a reverse crunch at a TRX. You put your feet in,
crunch in
you put your feet in and you're in a plank position and you pull your knees in. I could do one, but I wasn't very good at them.
Yeah. So generally,
or a pike.
as you know, there's not much that I can't do. Yeah, pretty versatile.
Yeah, go on.
Talented person.
You have your moment. Barry's spot on. You are good at everything.
But yeah, I wouldn't give
Modesty,
an
not
exercise
great,
that I generally can't do pretty well myself. So
well, okay. Well, never.
Yeah.
You never get on an exercise that you're like, I'm not really great at that.
Because I think you need to understand it yourself and know it and feel it and know how it works for you before you can truly give it to someone else, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I would come to you and you could show me how to deadlift and teach me how to deadlift really well because you can deadlift really well, right? And you know,
my clients know if it's not perfect, I'll let them know. I'll be like, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
But if I came to you to do a reverse crunch,
I'd nail them these
TRX,
days. Nail them these days.
I know I'd be doing it rubbish because
you wouldn't do it rubbish. I can do them
me.
now. I can do them now. I could do them at the time, but I wasn't great at them.
Well, just me. He's
put me on the spot, by the way. He's trying to shame me.
No, I'm not.
He is. I feel bad now.
I'm not. You don't.
Delete the episode.
No, but we're not. As PTs, we're not specialised in all exercises or all methods of training.
No, but if you're when you're up and coming as a PT, you're not good at everything, are you?
Not at all. You'll have your strengths and your weaknesses, but I do think
you were teaching bicep curls
before I had biceps. Is that what you're trying to say?
You were teaching deadlifts when you were still doing bicep curls all the time. I've seen the topless photos, Barry.
Anyway,
It's going quiet.
Tell me, how's your training been going recently?
My training, it's going well. To be fair, my training doesn't change much. The blocks change and they get heavier or lighter, more volume based. Today actually was a hard workout.
Oh, tell us your workout today.
Today I did. So this is a week 5. So this is a 5-week block. This is my last session.
So is this deload then, or is this?
No, I'm coming into a deload. This is my peak week. Last session of my peak week.
So you're building up, and this was a hard week.
Yeah, today was awful. Today was hard. So I did 3 sets of deadlifts for 6, 3 sets of good mornings, 3 sets of leg press, 4 sets of walking lunges, 3 sets of overhead press, 4 sets of hanging knee raises. And then I did something else as well.
Then you went home.
No, there's a 7th one. I missed something. Oh no, goblet squats for sets of 15. I was sweating. I peeled that top off me. It was horrible, mate. I was in a gym in Aberdeen. It's quite a nice setup, all right? But it has no aircon.
It's quite a lot of volume for you, am I right?
It's a hypertrophy block, yeah. So it's a lot of volume.
So you're lifting not as heavy.
Yeah, for
but
reps.
Just pushing the reps a little bit more and maybe a little bit more exercises in that program as well.
I crumbled doing walking lunges today. My last set of walking lunges, I actually crumbled. I didn't get my reps. I just had to stop.
Do you prefer training slightly higher volume, or do you prefer hitting heavy, don't you?
No, not these days. Not these days. I like volume these days, yeah. Strength stuff is great, but my training's not really powerlifting specific anymore. It's very bodybuilding compared to before. I did powerbuilding, I had for quite a while, but it was kind of like a 50-50 split. Mm-hmm. Now it's more like 70-30. It's 70% bodybuilding, 30% powerlifting. So I'm not getting much stronger at the big lifts. I'm just getting better in general.
Are you working towards something? Are you working towards a goal or
No, but the thing for me right now is I'm enjoying getting good at movements that aren't the standard ones. For example, good mornings of today, I was doing 70 kilograms.
I was going to say, I've never heard of or seen you doing good mornings in the gym.
No, but I've done them for a while. I've done them for the last 2 blocks now. But I'm getting better at them. On walking lunges, things that I would usually neglect. I'm getting heavier at them, doing more weight at them. So it's other things for me right now, I would say, rather than just deadlift, bench, squat.
Are you doing these exercises because you know that it's out with your comfort zone, you're not good at them, or you just feel you need a bit more variation?
I'm just motivated to get better at things that I wasn't as good at. That makes sense. It's before I was very much I want to get stronger at deadlifts. I want to push that to the max. Mm-hmm. And now that's not really interesting me as much. Hands up, I probably will go back to that at some point. I probably will. But for now, I'm just enjoying being better at other things or getting better at other things.
So you're going through a period of diversifying your training a little bit and doing different things and still getting strong and maybe, achieving good strength gains in different movements.
Yeah. There was a previous episode where I hinted I do have a goal that I will do before I die.
Yeah.
Which is a 300 kilogram deadlift. I'm going to tell you now. So it's going to
Okay, I thought it was maybe going to be more than that, but
No, 300. I want to pick up 300 and go like, I've felt that weight.
yeah. So this is a good example then of like, you know, because you've been training a lot, you know, focusing specifically on lifting a heavier squat and the deadlift and bench press as well. I'd imagine, you know, really focusing on those 3 lifts. But you need to sometimes take a step back or, you know, change up your routine or diversify what you're doing, and try different exercise. Doesn't mean to say that you're no longer focusing on that as a goal.
No, it's still a goal, 100%.
But it's just that you know you can't run top speed all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like
But then I was also getting injured all the time.
Yeah.
Like I was squatting a deadlift all the time and kept getting injured. I'm like,
so if
there's some weaknesses here that I've got to work on that aren't going to be prioritizing these lifts for a while.
So this phase of training might help you become more robust, less likely to pick up injuries.
Yeah. It's good to pivot. It's always good to pivot a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And you're pivoting as well, right? You're doing your... guys, he mentions in the previous episode, the high rock stuff.
Oh my God.
And I saw a video and I watched the whole video. And I was like, this stuff's mad.
I know.
It looks crazy. Like it was a girl, and it was like she was doing like sled pushes, running, ski erg, running, rowing, running, pull-ups, running. I'm like, oh,
a lot of running.
When does it end?
But to put it in perspective, right? Like, you know, our last episode there, we were speaking about, you know, people that climbed mountains without any equipment and went up Everest twice in a week, in under like 17 hours or something. And, you know, I've got to run a little bit.
And Michael Phelps, remember?
Yeah.
The Tiger Woods.
And I've got to run a little bit, right? And push a sled and throw a ball about and do a few burpees and things like that. And it's really hard, and it's like
it's not life or death.
Totally out my comfort zone, but it's also totally doable.
Oh yeah, 100%. It just looks mad. Like it looks intense. Not that it's not achievable, but like hats off to you for giving it a shot.
Yeah. So
when are you doing it?
In October. So
you don't have long.
Do you think so?
Well, like in terms of like, it's not like next year's October. You'll be fine. You'll smash
still
it.
A few.
It's Dublin, isn't it?
My biggest weakness, right, is I've not been doing a lot of running at all in the last few years. Okay. So, you know, I'm basically starting from scratch from a running point of view. And I think to do really well at this event, you should really be comfortable with running. Yeah, you have to be a pretty good runner.
Was running in between every event, right?
Yeah, it's the same event no matter where you go. And I'm not speaking from experience or like I'm some sort of expert on this. I'm not. It's just something that I saw and thought, I'll have a piece of that. I'll give it a go. See how I get on.
I'll have a piece of that.
Yeah. And it might inspire me with my training for a wee while, and it might help me stay motivated, that sort of thing, as people do through other things, you know. But basically you're running a kilometre, ski erg a kilometre, run a kilometre. You're always going back to run a kilometre. So there's other little events in between. One is pushing the prowler for, I think it's 100 metres, but I can't remember the exact distance.
Okay. How heavy is it?
I think it might be about 80, 90 kilos. Something
for
like
100
that.
metres?
It might be less than that, but I'm not 100% sure. Then there's a sled pull.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Burpee broad jumps. Pretty sure that's for...
Yeah, they look
pretty
brutal.
sure that's for 80 metres. I think that's probably going to be one of the hardest parts.
They look brutal.
Yeah, the thing. 100 wall balls. So I've been practicing them quite a bit. Walking lunges.
The thing is, your heart rate is going to be peaking at those. Like 100 wall balls, your heart rate is going to be through the roof. So if you do like 20 wall balls, your heart rate will start peaking.
Yeah, well, I did a
100.
I did a workout the other day where I did 100 wall balls, but it was part of it. But I was doing them 25 at a time, and then was mixing in with other exercises. Yeah. So it's been interesting. It's been fun. It's been different. It's you know, I'm not doing as much weightlifting as I was at the start of the year.
You said you still are, aren't you? You're doing like 3 days a week where you're doing like some weights in general.
Yeah,
or something.
But I'm not lifting as much as I was, because I've got to prioritize a little bit. And
it's like strength, endurance, right? You need to be strong, but also the endurance needs to be there to manage the stuff. So, and I've had a little bit of help from one or two people that are more knowledgeable about high rocks and you know, pointing me in the right direction with. Do you know people who've done it?
Well, I've sourced a couple of people, but I've kind of adapted it and programmed it to suit me and, you know, where I'm at, you know, just scaled it a little bit in terms of what's achievable for me to do on a weekly basis. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
While
You've got a family and you've got a business, right? So it's a lot to take on.
Yeah. So I've probably taken a sort of generic-ish plan and I've sort of made it more specific to myself by programming it myself. So like, I'll train 5 days a week out of 7, which is...
Yeah, that's what I do.
Which is a little bit more than what I was doing previously when I didn't have this goal. I was training 3 or 4 times, but it would be probably 4 weight-based sessions, whereas now I'm doing 3 weight-based sessions, 2 runs. So I'll do like an upper body session, a lower body session, 2 runs a week.
Like a full body or something.
Well, I would call it a mixed modular session or a high rocks type session. Something that...
A mixed modular session.
Yeah, so you're combining like, you know, different movements that are going to be
in the event.
In the event. And you know, it might be other exercises as well. But
how heavy is the wall ball? Like
a circuity type session. Let's say it like that.
Yeah,
it's not heavy. It's only 6 kilos.
Okay,
so it's an endurance event, isn't it? It's something that's going to really challenge me because I haven't really trained like that for a long time.
Yeah, 100%.
So I've been, and I'll space it out as well. So like how I've been doing it has been Monday. I've been doing an upper body session because Mondays I'm mentally probably my weakest. So like I'll start with a session that I enjoy the most. Do you know what I mean? And just tick that box.
I've never heard anyone say that before. Yeah, I do upper on Mondays. Why? Mentally, that's my weakest day.
I'm sure there's some people out there that definitely going to relate to that. I thought for people
it was like the Monday was like their favorite day. That's why they train like chest on the Monday because it's like, oh, they get that out of the way, the best workout.
Whose favorite day is Monday?
Legs was like a Thursday because by the time Thursday came about, they weren't even training anymore. They'd given up.
If your favorite day is Monday, my hat's off to you.
I train on off topic. Like, no, it is on topic to be fair, but I train Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday these days. I train Sundays.
You just rattled off all the days of the week there.
No, I don't train Friday and Saturday. So you do Monday to Friday, right?
Well, that's the thing. That is the plan. But certain, you know, some weeks I'll maybe feel like, do you know what? I'm so busy today, or I'm feeling really fatigued today. I'll take today as a rest day, and I'll obviously just work. I'll train Saturday or Sunday. So
okay.
Ideally, Monday to Friday, 2 days off at the end of the week. So like upper body Monday, run Tuesday. I'll do a circuit based session Wednesday, legs Thursday, run Friday, 2 days off. That is the plan, but it doesn't always go to plan. So it's always good to have like a sort of plan B. So if I miss a session during the week, one session, whatever it is, I'll push it into the weekend. So it'll be Saturday or Sunday, preferably Saturday.
You like a Saturday session, don't you? Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, and then
I only do it Sunday. I work on a Sunday, so I train after I finish. So I just do that.
And if I missed 2 sessions, for example, I wouldn't try and squeeze them both in. I would just get one of them in and then just start again next week.
Yeah. I will say one thing I do that people find weird is I basically train legs 3 days a week. So I do one full body workout.
You've got a big ass.
And one upper, two uppers, 2 lowers. But no, I've always had a big ass, man.
Have you?
But like, I remember I spoke to a kid recently and I was like, he was like, oh, what are you training today? I was like, full body. He said, how do you do full body? He's like, I do like 1 chest movement. I do 1 back movement. I do 3 leg movements in total, I think, right now. And like a core movement and a bit of arms. It's not that hard. But like, and then I'd also do 2 lowers a week. He's like, well, you train legs 3 days a week. I was like, yeah, man.
That's how
you train biceps 3 days a week. So I can get away with training legs.
Thing is, if you want to improve at something, you don't, before you get the fancy program, you just need to tick that box of doing that more often. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So you want to get better at squat more frequently.
Well, yeah, people I find it funny when people are like, oh yeah, how do I get better at squatting?
Squat.
Yeah, squat.
How do you get? How am I going?
Where's your weak point in your squat? Do a variation of a squat that's going to improve that weak point.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's nothing fancy.
And how I'm going to get better at running is by running. And I actually feel like I have got better. I've got to a point where I'm going out and I'm not, blown out my ass after the first street, you know. I'm getting a little bit further. Do you know what I mean? So I think I did 25.
You're probably finding your pace as well, right? That you're comfortable maintaining.
Yeah.
And that'll bring us on to the next topic. You want to chat about apps, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I did 25 miles last month, June. 25 miles in total, mostly like 5Ks, that sort of stuff. But I did mix it up a little bit and do like some interval type sessions where I was doing like on a football pitch, doing shuttle runs and things like that, just to mix
Have
it
you
up.
ever
Most of it was like going out for a run.
track your route?
Well,
Have you ever drawn something when you track your route?
I've tried to draw. Run
Remember there was a guy in lockdown. He went to, was it Hazelhead? And he drew something. I won't say
with his run.
Yeah, he drew it. It was brilliant. He did like a 40-minute run, and it was like perfect. He posted on social media, and it was during lockdown, so I got a laugh. It was good on him.
Oh, do you think if I do it next week, I'll get a laugh?
I think you should do it. Yeah, try and do something funny.
I'll do it if you do it with me.
But like the fact that he did like a 40-minute run, so he kept running this route.
So just
to
like thicker.
To get the outline.
So he was either
he didn't do it once. He's
either drawing one of two things, right?
Yeah, you know he's wrong.
Yeah.
What's the other thing? What's the one? Oh, okay.
He's either drawing breasts or he's drawing a cock and balls, right?
Yeah, it was the latter. It was the second one.
Okay. Well,
Good on him.
You would have had to done a few laps just to get the outline of it pretty good, though.
Yeah, just you mentioning like you tracking your route, and I was like, I remember that. That was funny.
Well, anyone that goes out running a lot or cycling probably uses the app Strava. I've had it from lockdown. I used it a couple of times when in lockdown. I thought I'll go for a couple of runs and things like that. Never really got going with it, but I started using it a lot recently. And like most apps with that sort of fitness orientation, where it sort of tracks something, it really helps with the motivation. Because you're going out for a run, and I'm not going to lie, like it's a lonely place, right? You're out running, and you know.
Do you music?
Yeah, absolutely music. Yeah,
but you need something pacey, don't you?
Tend to go for something a little bit faster, upbeat, or like you said before in previous episodes, anything that inspires you a little bit as well. Just trigger something and it can keep you going.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So Nessun Dorma, start to finish, you know, that's the.
Could you do that?
No, I couldn't stick this. I couldn't stick with
running
the same
to that song would be
I would run to that. Yeah, I think it's a great song. But what I was trying to say was, you know, when you're out running, it is a bit lonely. And just by tracking your performance, shall we say, it's also motivating because it's showing you how well you've done, how far you've went, how fast you've done it in. What segments you've done it faster than last time if you've done this route before.
To be fair, again, still on topic with this app, but it's crazy that in this day and age you can just get an app that tracks that for you.
Tracks all that. But then, you know, it works like Facebook. So like if you're on Strava, you're a mate of mine, blah, blah, blah. Everyone else sees it, gives you a like.
And they go, well, Barry was slow today, wasn't he? He must have had Nessun Dorma on.
No, but it's motivating, isn't it? It's like
my mates all have it. Like I don't do a lot of cardio based stuff, do I? I go walking, and like today again, crazy workout. I was sweating, like I was dying. But I don't go out runs and do cardio specifically, so I don't have it. But my mates have it, and again, they're all over the country. Like I got a mate in Newcastle, and they love it. They all like each other's stuff and stuff. I hear about it. I'm like, that's really lovely that they're motivating each other, you know? Go on.
You want to tell people, like, oh, you could you could easily go out for a run, just not tell anyone, right? And you know, it's you're working on. You should probably be like that a bit more often. But we're the type of people that we like to tell people that we've been out for a run. Do you know what I mean? You like to tell everyone that you've deadlifted 200 kilograms. To
be fair, these days, I will say again, these days I try and do it less. So today I post my workout. But most days I try not to film anything these days. I try to take a bit of time off, you know. But
you got to remember, when you post stuff,
whenever I post it, Barry just gets into my DMs and he's like, "Oh, no, but how you doing, babe?"
It's also
like, Barry, calm down.
It's inspiring people as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is nice.
But you're also showing off as well. Don't lie.
Not these days with the volume. The weights are low. The pain is high. The weights are low.
I've not actually posted a lot of my training. I've not posted training.
No, you
ages.
haven't. Both of us haven't really posted much recently compared to usual. So what's your other app? What other apps do you use?
What other apps do I use?
Pacer, did you say before?
I use
mentioned?
an app called Pacer. Yep.
I've never heard of it, so do tell me.
So it's just an app that tracks your steps. I guess you could probably just use the app that comes with the phone to do that as well. The only downside to using this, this app is that you need to have your phone on you, or if you've got an Apple Watch or whatever, it'll trigger through that as well.
Okay, nice.
But I like this app because...
Well, yeah, what's the difference? What's the benefit?
Well, in the past I've used it where I've got all my clients on it, and we're all on the same sort of league table.
That's quite cool.
And I can see all my clients and see what their
steps are.
Their steps are, right? They can see me. I just like the way it tracks a lot of data and things like that. You set daily targets, monthly targets. It compares this month to last month, or this month to the year previous.
To be fair, he sold it to me. I might actually get it. Obviously, I have clients. I'd be quite good for tracking my clients' progress.
It's great for a personal trainer. Pacer app.
Pacer.
And I mean, I'm still using it now and checking how
many steps you get a day?
Steps my clients are doing. Well, I would be aiming for 10,000 plus. So
yeah, most days.
Some days I won't get it, and that tends to be a bit of a lazier day. Maybe a day where you're on the laptop and doing more things, but I'll really try and push for 10,000 a day. On a really good day, you're talking 15 to 20,000, but probably not doing as much steps as what I used to do. And then
you're running.
You're running, yeah. But do you want to include the running as your steps, or?
No, you wouldn't really, would you? It's a workout, so it's different than your daily activity. It's a bit different
because we want to get people moving more out with their training block of the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I would try and encourage people to maybe not use their running steps as their steps, but it's better. It's still very, it's still very good. Yeah.
Have you got another app? Or is it the two that you use?
You got any apps like?
I've got, Barry said, we're going to chat about apps. And I went, well, I've only got bloody one app. So you can mention
what's
your
one app?
My one app.
Deliveroo.
Yeah, apart from Deliveroo, which is fantastic. I use Juggernaut Training Systems, JTS, which is it's what I do my programs through. The benefit is it's very good at limiting me. I'm very bad at going off program, going too many sets. I always do too many sets too early. Juggernaut Training Systems, it's Juggernaut AI, it's called. They're a coaching group in America, and they've made this app, and you can basically choose how long you want your block to be, and then you choose your exercises, and obviously you can choose how much you want it to veer towards powerlifting or bodybuilding. So I use that to program myself. It's £30 a month. Obviously you don't have accountability of dealing with someone directly, which I don't need, I don't think, these days. So I've been using it for quite a while now. And to be fair, I think personally, in terms of physique wise, I made a lot of progress. It stops me overtraining, the main thing. But then it also programs my main lifts quite well. So it costs money, but it's brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
So the big benefit to that is that it's calculating the volume of training that you should be doing week to week.
Choosing my weights lets me know what I should be doing, that sort of stuff. It's no, Matthew, do 2 sets. And I go, oh, fine, I'll do 2 sets. And it's now you're doing 3 sets. I'm okay.
It's taking the guesswork out of it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very bad for I think a lot of people and my clients, I've got 1 or 2 who do this as well. Even though I tell them it's 2 sets, they're I did 4. I'm stop doing 4. But I used to do it all the time. It's you want to work hard all the time, but you need to recover, right?
I like that. I like how you've got that. You're better than me at just thinking long term. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you say,
but that's changed. That's changed. I used to be very short term.
Yeah, but you seem very mature. You know what I mean? I'm only doing 2 sets today. I will achieve my goals better in the future by not overly working.
Barry, don't start. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. See those deload weeks. I'm how much have I got to lift? Oh, come on, I can go heavier than that. But then this is exactly why I use the app, because I'm no, stick to it. So this has been really good for me, and I've really enjoyed it.
Another app that I use, I've not been using it recently, but used it all the time when I'm cutting, is an app called Weight Diary, and there's probably a few apps out there that.
Yeah, is that like MyFitnessPal?
No, this app just purely tracks your weight, but But again, it's just an app that I like because of the way that it
Does it give you like graphs?
yeah. The way
I do like a graph.
the way it shows your progress on a graph, it's just a visual thing, but it motivates me. You can type in your goals. It shows you your trend. It gives you good history, and yeah, there's nothing really special to it.
I like that.
I don't think this is an app that you have to pay for. If you do, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
I think
We use in our gym. We've got body tracks, and we use it with a lot of programs, and it gives you graphs as well for like your weight loss and all that sort of stuff, which is brilliant. It's really cool when you get to look at it and you can kind of like, when you see that graph and you see it's coming down, etc. You can see that like, all your weigh-ins and all that. It makes it. I think it's more motivating, right? It's quite interesting.
I just think people do need these little things to help them, whether they're visual things. It really does help, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, everyone knows about MyFitnessPal and the benefits to MyFitnessPal, and it's probably a very popular app for people.
I was about to say we haven't mentioned it. We've mentioned every app apart from it, really.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a prime example of an app.
Again, it's like breaking down. It's just a food diary app. At the end of the day, it's a very good one, but it's just a food diary app. Again, do you need it to lose weight? No, but it's good. It's good. It's good information, right? Can help quite a lot.
If it's something that's helping keeping you on track, giving you more understanding and a better idea of the amount of food you're eating or not eating.
When was the last time you used it? You used it on your cut, didn't you?
Yeah, probably a year ago, just over a year ago.
I haven't used it in like 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'll use it when I need that.
If I was going to cut, I need use it.
More discipline. I need to be more on it. That's
you're probably like me, where you're very good at like on a day-to-day basis hitting your protein targets without really that much stress.
Yeah,
really. Like I just go and go, I should have that because I'll get my protein up. Or that's probably me about X amount of protein, so I should probably get a bit more in.
If I want to get tighter with nutrition, I'll track my intake more closely, and using an app like MyFitnessPal is definitely going to help me do that. It's easy as well, and it's getting better. It's really easy as well, because you can scan products, you take photos of food, and but you've always got to remember that it's probably not 100% accurate, but it's 100% better than nothing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of like apps that I've used and find really useful, obviously mentioned Strava there, if you're going out for runs and things like that. Weight Diary for tracking your weight, MyFitnessPal, helping you track your calories. We're tracking everything basically, are we?
But it's good information, right? If you track, you have information, like you have data to work from, and you can understand things better. Like, I'm not hitting my step target, so I'll increase my step target. Like I'll increase, or I'm not losing weight, or my calories are a bit too high, I'll cut down my calories. It all works. It depends if it works for you, doesn't it? But I do like your little pacer app. It's quite good.
You gonna look that one up? I'm
gonna look that one up. Yeah. Can we be friends on it?
I think we can be friends on it. Yeah.
Can we, Barry? Please, can we be friends?
We should start. Actually, what we should do, right? Well, we should starting Monday podcast pacer group.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, guys, we're going to do this. All right. So
you got to DM me or Barry.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. So if you've already listened to this episode, then you're on it, right? Download the app Pacer.
I'll download it after this.
And what do they do after that? We're not quite sure.
I don't know. You're the boss. You've used it.
We'll post something out on our Instagram, which hopefully you guys are following.
And if you're not, you got to follow it.
Yeah.
And then the stories and the posts and all that, tag us. We'll reshare it.
Because it might help. It might just be that little thing that motivates you to get out walking a little bit more in the morning, during the day, at night, before bed, doing those little extra steps, and then before you know it, you've lost some weight.
Yeah, I'm competitive though. It's going to be bad.
Maybe,
but I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe I can
get
show
me more
you
active.
How more active I am than Matthew, or vice versa.
Do you want to know something mad that's actually been increasing my steps recently that I re-downloaded?
What?
It's an app. I re-downloaded. Oh, this is bad, Barry. It's bad. I re-downloaded Pokemon Go. I downloaded Pokemon Go when it first came out, and I played it for like a day, and then I played it again. I thought, I'll get it, and I'll give it a shot. And to be fair, it's quite interesting. There's a fact today, guys. I've downloaded Pokemon Go.
I'm just shaking my head here.
I'm turning 30 years old.
Speechless. I don't know what to say to that.
Turning 30 years old, and it's a great time.
Back to our training, Matthew.
Oh, go on.
I think you should come out for a run with me. Motivate me a little bit, and it'll be nice to see you out running.
You want
Take a
me to
little
come
photo.
out with you so you can go, oh my God, look how far I've come.
No.
Look at this guy
No, not at all.
chasing you down. What'd you do, like a 5K?
Yeah,
I think about it.
you could do a 5K.
To be fair,
Why don't we do the park run?
you see the run at your super teams?
Yeah.
It wasn't that
How did it go?
It wasn't that easy.
That was once round the block. It was 690 metres.
Yeah, I was doing it in Converse, to be fair, which was not ideal.
Matthew looked like he'd just climbed Mount Everest twice in a week.
You said, quote, when I got back, I bet £100 that you were going to get below 3 minutes. And I got like 3 minutes and 6 seconds or something like that.
You disappointed me.
You know what? I thought I did quite well.
Nah, you did.
And
It's not your strength,
You know
is
the
it?
chicken? You know the chicken?
Yeah,
You
this
gave
was
us-
this was the baton that they had to hold.
It was a chicken.
Yeah,
And it was a squeaky chicken. And I was squeaking it
Were you
at
squeaking it all the way around?
Yeah, I was squeaking it at people, and they looked at me like deadpan, like an ass. Because I had this jacket on, right, and it kind of fit me all right. So they probably just thought I was an absolute weirdo, like I was just having an off day, you know. I think we've come to the end of our second episode of our second season. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to us.
We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for
See you
listening.
later, guys.